This is the Southside School of Financial Freedom Market Report and Small Account Update for the week ending November 2nd, 2024. The market finished lower this week. The Dow Jones Industrial Average increased 0.69% on Friday, but was down minus 0.15% for the week. The S&P 500 increased 0.41% on Friday, but was down minus 1.37% for the week. The Nasdaq increased 0.8% on Friday, but was down minus 1.5% for the week. Looking at the week, we can see that there were 8 up finishes versus 7 down finishes for the major indexes. On Monday, all the major indexes finished up. On Tuesday, the Dow Jones Industrial Average finished down, while the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq finished up. On Wednesday and Thursday, all the major indexes finished down. And on Friday, all the major indexes finished up again. How did you do? My small account finished at about even and generated cash flow of 1.51%. Even when the market falls and or my account doesn't do well, I still get income or cash flow by selling covered calls and naked puts. This method does not only guarantee cash flow or income, it can also beat the S&P 500. I created a watch list I use to determine which options of stocks that I may want to sell. Looking at my watch list from the week, the strongest performer on the list was Ardelyx Incorporated, ticker symbol ARDX, in the third column. It was up 3.75% on Friday and increased 5.55% for the week. Ardelyx Incorporated is a biopharmaceutical company that discovers, develops, and commercializes medicines to treat gastrointestinal ailments, kidney ailments, and cardiorenal therapeutics. They are currently developing a medicine to treat patients with irritable bowel syndrome. The company is in phase 3 of a clinical trial to treat patients with chronic kidney disease. Their recent third quarter earnings announcement indicated that product sales for one of their main drugs were almost double from quarter 2 sales. Looking at a summary of results, ARDX has decreased almost minus 2% year to date. I did not generate cash flow from Ardelyx this week. This week, I generated cash flow from selling 4 option contracts, 1 call and 3 puts that range from $12.34 to $26.34. So it was on Monday. I sold a call for $12.34. On Wednesday, I sold a put for $15.34. On Thursday, I sold another put for $16.34. And on Friday, I sold a call for $26.34. That's a total of $70.36, which is not a lot of money, but the account is small. $70.36 in cash flow was 1.51% of my account value. With this system, the cash flow money is free and clear. You can take it out of your account and spend it, or leave it in to build your cash balance. To increase the amount of cash flow, I would have to use a larger account. So, for example, to 10x the cash flow to $703.60, I would use a larger account, and instead of selling 1 of everything that I sold, I would sell 10. This strategy is guaranteed to produce cash flow immediately in every week that it is applied. However, it does not guarantee the amount of cash flow from week to week, nor the value of your account. The amount varies and the account value varies. Despite the variations in amount and value, the goal is to generate cash flow and beat the S&P 500. Please note that most professional money managers and their strategies do not consistently beat the S&P 500 every year. They usually lose, and they lose by a lot. Last year, this method beat the S&P 500 by almost 12%. But in 2024, my account is down minus 6.98% versus 20.14% up for SPY and S&P 500 ETF. That's a difference of 27.12%. So I am losing to the S&P 500 by just over 27%. Bitcoin watch. Bitcoin increased 3.67% this past week, and it is down minus 5.69% from its all-time high. It is up 65.78% year to date. Some people believe Bitcoin is the most transformative financial asset in 1,000 years. I think the best course of action is to dollar cost average, that is DCA, into the S&P 500 and DCA into Bitcoin at a 30 to 70% ratio for the next 10 years and or up to when you have invested at least $10,000. I have implemented a similar strategy where I have a portfolio that is about 70% in a Bitcoin ETF. After 20 weeks, it is up 9.48%. The S&P 500 ETF SPY is up 5.21%, and the cash flow system is up 6.73% in those 20 weeks. What do you think? What is your strategy? Do you know how to produce cash flow every week and beat the S&P 500? Do you invest in Bitcoin, which may prove to be the smartest investment of the decade? As you develop, analyze, and implement your strategy, please check back to see how my small account and my Bitcoin dominant account performs against the S&P 500 from week to week by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you.